Hi, today we're really excited. We're doing our first advertorial with Teds Camera Store, and we've got the beautiful Teresa Marino from Teds. How are you, Teresa?
Thank you, Sally, for having us on board.
Teds is one of our sponsors, and we are so thrilled to have them on board. And
yes, thank
take
you so
it away,
much
Harri.
for all the support you've shown us this whole season and just coming into the pod suite today, Teresa.
No, it's a great pleasure, and it's new to Teds for podcasting, so super excited.
Amazing to be on this journey with you.
Excellent.
And segueing into journeys, can you just talk to us a little bit about how you got involved with Teds in the beginning?
Well, basically, Teds has been part of this incredible photographic industry for about 55 years. They started,
Wow.
and I have the honour and the privilege of being part of it for 32 years
That's
of that.
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic, and it's gone so fast.
And think of the changes that you've seen in that time.
I've seen a lot of changes. When I first started, we weren't allowed females to touch cameras. We can only do developing and printing.
Goodness me.
And then eventually I was able to hold a camera and saw that I can sell cameras. And now I run their Victorian corporate professional department.
Wow. So you've really sort of worked in lots of different areas
Lots
in
of
the
areas.
Teds Cameras business.
Yeah, absolutely. I've managed some stores. I've managed, back in the early days, we had duty free, and had the pleasure of being trained by the original owner of Ted's, Ted
Wow.
Todd.
Oh, Ted Todd, was that his name?
wow.
What a
That was
cool
his name, and I
fantastic.
must admit that I am one of his last trainees that is still working for Ted's.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
That's huge. Congratulations. I wish we had champagne.
So what,
Same.
there
It
must
just
be an
breathing.
incredible company to work for if you've been there for 32 years.
And mind you, I'm the baby of the longest lasting Ted's member. We
wonderful.
have a number of staff that have been with Ted's for 45 plus years.
Wow.
That's
a real family.
Yeah,
It
that
is.
is absolute. Beautiful word. It is a family,
Yeah,
isn't it?
It is
You know?
definitely a family.
So what keeps you passionate about the industry, Teresa?
Well, really, basically our customers. Our customers keep me on my toes. Our customers want to create and tell stories, and at the same time, I need to be on top of the new evolving equipment that changes daily. From, especially in the last couple of years, analog is now dying. So the DSLRs, we've seen the last of them back in February of this year. So everyone needs to grasp mirrorless, but mirrorless is huge.
Yeah.
It's faster, new technology, and it helps people create stories not from a photo but also from a media point of view, because, we know YouTube and social media and LinkedIn. It's the way to be
Yeah,
today.
wow.
And
So-
Teds need to stay on top of it as the community and our customers desire the need to know.
And how wonderful for customers of Ted's to know that you know the industry so in-depthly. And is that a word, in-depthly? I've just made that.
in-depth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in-depth, that's the word. Thanks. But also, cameras have taken on such a whole new level now because we're doing video as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, basically, video nowadays is the way to go. You can produce a still from a video, but today a storytelling is through scrolling, like with
so
YouTube
true.
and Facebook and
Even Instagram, which
and
was the original
Instagram
stills platform.
is absolutely huge. And so the cameras have evolved around the needs of how our industry and community is striving for more.
Yeah, and I'd just also like to note that this podcast will be on all of those platforms.
Absolutely.
So we've got a YouTube channel now, and we've also got certainly Instagram, and so you'll be able to hear and see Teds everywhere, which is really exciting. What's the kind of personal support that you can offer at Teds for people that are wanting to know a bit more about their cameras?
Well, basically the support we can help with a professional, an educator, and even your mums and dads is that we will find the right equipment to help you create your memories, either in stories, photos, or a podcast. We have the ability and the knowledge with the team at Teds who are trained constantly through the backup of our supporters, of our suppliers, that educate us with every new evolving equipment that is on the market today. And even if it's not on our website, we can source it.
Yeah, that's amazing, because I think in this day and age of, phones in your pockets and just digital imagery and the absolute kind of like scale of images that we have all independently, it can be really overwhelming with, number one, how you capture that, but also how you store it and how you access it. And that can be really overwhelming.
And in the past, you needed to have a camera for photo, a video camera for video, a GoPro to capture those adventurous.
Yes.
Nowadays, all three of those cameras can be placed into the one.
And just a question, apart from cameras, what else is Teds selling?
So basically, Teds have a wide range of lighting. We have a wide range of audio equipment, and basically anything to do with photography or digital media imaging, backdrops, stands.
Oh, right. I didn't know you had backdrops as well. Fantastic.
Rifle scopes.
Wow.
So we help a lot of the governments with the energy for capturing their light poles, you name
Wow.
it. Anything that you can think of that needs to be captured in an image, regardless if it's a moving image or a still, we can source and we have.
That's
and
incredible.
That is amazing.
So you're working with sort of on a government level, you're working with professionals and sort of people having
Mums and
hobbies and
dads.
enthusiasts
Mums
as well.
and dads, but my most passion out of all of those, we left the most important is Teds is very passionate and very supportive in the educational space.
Amazing.
So we do quite
As are we. We love that.
Yeah, we do. And this is how I've
Yeah.
met both of you is through
Absolutely.
the educational
Yeah.
space. So Teds basically assists the schools in choosing the correct equipment that their students are striving to learn to create this new media
Yeah.
that they have so much passion for. So we basically, with the support of our suppliers, we're able to set kits for the schools.
Yeah.
And we can also help them understand the equipment on how to educate it.
That's amazing. And that's so important.
Yeah, and that'd be just such an ongoing thing with it changing so quickly, wouldn't it?
Always.
Yeah.
It's always changing.
And so are people, do you find that you have, I would imagine, because it's such a family-orientated organisation, that you have customers for life?
I have customers still with me from the very first day I started at Teds.
Wow.
I have customers. A customer just rang me yesterday for a battery. He wasn't sure if I was still there, but he found me, and I said, "No, I'm still here.
I'm still here.
And so he goes back to one of my very first customers back 30 years ago. So
And that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
100%. And with the educational space, the teachers, because I've been there for such a long time, regardless what schools they move to, they know they can rely on Teds because I'm still here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's how we felt too when I approached you. I thought, Teresa, that's who we're going to, Harri and I both spoke about it. And what, she's still there, she's still there, yay.
Yeah,
So
it really says a lot.
It really
doesn't
says a
it?
lot.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And that you're so
basically-
passionate.
Look, I'm passionate
still.
because Teds have given me the ability to be passionate. Teds have given me the ability to keep wanting to stay at Teds because Teds are full support in whatever avenue we need to bring forward to our customers to assist them. So we're not just a retailer. You don't come into a store and we just hand you a box and expect you to know how to put it all together.
Well, it gets back to what we've talked about so much in our podcast. It's about building relationships, isn't it? This whole industry, whether we're taking images or whether we're being an assistant or whether we're selling products, it's about communication, isn't it? And you do that so
100%.
well.
100%. And not one person has all the right answers. So I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of people that I know who I can depend on and get support to provide the correct answers and the right setup for a school, for a government,
And we've seen that
For mums and
firsthand.
dads.
We've
Yeah.
seen that firsthand when we first spoke to you about sponsorship as well. And you rallied it for us, and we can't thank you enough, Teresa, and Teds obviously as well.
Well, this is the
Yeah.
first for Teds, being in this industry and selling this equipment. This is our first sponsored podcast with you guys. So we're super excited.
We're very
super
honoured.
excited.
I've got goosebumps.
It's super exciting. It's like starting a new evolution.
Yeah.
It's a new chapter in Teds. So they're here for 55 years. They'll be here way long gone after I retire.
Yeah,
I
but
can
what's
assure you.
exciting though is that you are open to it, and often you deal with, you can deal with companies that have been around a long time. They're a bit stuck in their ways, but you guys are always thinking, what next, and to embrace this podcast has been amazing,
Well,
isn't it?
we need to supply and feed our customers what they desire and strive for if we want to still be one of the main retailers in this industry.
I think the thing that's coming across for me the most is that it just feels such a warm environment to come into as well.
It is.
It feels so open and generous. And I think, especially for sort of people starting out in the industry or students, walking into a big camera shop can feel quite intimidating.
Oh, absolutely.
Look, the one thing that at Teds, it is a very warm welcome. We have from seniority to your work experience that has the same passion. The thing is that whoever walks into our store, we all have that same passion of photography or video or digital imaging. So it is a large industry, but it's a very tight, small industry that everyone
my own
helps each
personal
other.
experience with Teds was with Gregor, of course.
Yes.
And when I was a young student, a long time ago, my dad met him. And Dad had wandered into a Ted. Dad's 96, he's still alive. He wandered into a Ted store, met Gregor, and we are still in contact with him. And he bought me my very first camera from him at Ted's.
Well, Gregor
And that
only
was-
just
I
retired
know.
last year.
Well, I asked you
Wow.
about that, and but it was always Dad would say to me, "Go and see Gregor, go and," and then I'd ring him and he'd say, "How's your dad?" I go, "Oh wow," and that is, for me, that's because I'm all about relationships. That was always so lovely and warming, and because we're on that role of all of this wonderful generosity that we've had from Teds for so long, and with you sponsoring, you've got something that you'd like to talk to our audience about, haven't you?
Yeah, well, basically, we're here to support everyone's individual creative journey. So basically, my email address will be at the end of this podcast, including my contact number. Anyone that contacts me because they've seen this podcast or downloaded this podcast, there is a super duper extra special price, which I can't evolve unless you contact me.
Oh, that's amazing.
How exciting.
It's
Well, why
so-
don't we also just say what your email address is now, Teresa? Can you say
It's
that?
really simple. So my email address is Teresa M, so it's TERESAM for Mary, at tedswithans.com.au.
What an amazing offer.
That's so great, and how wonderful for our audience to, get their foot into Teds or continue to use that offer if they're already an existing customer as well.
And in
Absolutely.
the subject line, they can put "When Harry Met Sally."
100%.
Yes, and then
they
they can-
need to mention that, otherwise they won't get that extra super duper special.
So, Teresa, I would like to ask you one more question before we sort of wrap up. In season 2, we asked all our photographers and all our guests what the future of photography looks like to them. So I'm wondering, what does the future of Teds look like to you?
Well, the future, if we keep going the way we're going in and taking in all the new revolution of equipment that's been striving and listen to our customers. Without our customers, Teds won't be who we are today. So basically, we're here to provide everyone the assistance to be able to tell their story.
Amazing.
And you love feedback.
I love feedback.
Yeah.
Feedback is the
Well, that's
best.
what it is, isn't it?
It's all
That's
about
how you know how to
feedback.
go through.
Feedback, word of mouth. So as much as this industry is all digital and social media network, Teds are here to stay.
And they're not going
I
anywhere.
love that.
No.
I love that.
Well, we hope they're here to stay with us too.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the support you've shown us and the industry on a whole. It really is, we say it all the time, but it really is organisations like yours and brands like yours that really help little upstarts like ours get going and, look at us now. So thank you so much
Thanks,
for your support.
Teresa.
And thank you, Teds, and thanks for coming in today.
No, thank you, guys. Thanks you for having us, and look forward to more podcasts.
Yay! Thank you.
All
See you,
right.
Harry.
See you, Sally.
Bye.
Bye.